Jana from St. Pete Running Company, and a question we get a lot here at the store is, how do I know if I need shoes, or how do I tell when my old shoes are worn out? So we were going to give you 5 things to look at on your shoes, so that way you can tell if your shoes are worn out. So go get your old shoes or your current shoes and go through these 5 steps with me, so that way you can tell if it's time for some new shoes. Step 1 is the upper. The upper is the fabric and the eyelets and the shoelaces. So a really good indicator is if you get a hole in it. So if you look at this shoe really close up, there's a hole here, or if your toes start to point out, or if the upper starts to separate from the rest of the shoe and you got this big gap there, that's always another great way to tell. Number 2 is the heel counter. So on a shoe, the heel counter is this back part of the shoe, and it should be a little bit firm through this area. So if you go to squeeze your heel counter and it's really soft and squishy in that area, or it's exposed and you can even see through the shoe right in this area, that'd be the second way to tell it's time for new shoes. Number 3 is the midsole. So the midsole is the cushiony part of the shoe. It's our shock absorber. And on a new shoe, it should feel really soft or springy, depending what kind of shoe you get. So if you kind of starts to not feel as great as it did, and it's just got that blah feeling when you put the shoes on, that's usually an easy way to tell. But with the midsole, a new shoe doesn't have a lot of creases and lines in it, and you can't bend it in the opposite direction. So a new shoe, you're not able to bend it backwards. It's really tough to bend it in this direction. Yes, shoes are made to bend in this direction. So yes, it's made to go this way, but it shouldn't be able to bend backwards. So if we look at an old shoe, this one's starting to get a few creases here in the midsole, on both sides of it. And if we go to do the bend test, we call this the bend test here, and I can bend it really easily. So this is the same shoe as that other one, and I can bend this one super easily. That's really a great indicator that it's time for a new shoe. The number 4 way to tell, so looking at those shoes, the 4th thing you would want to look at is the outsole of your shoe. So the outsole is the bottom of the shoe, and this one, if you look here, it's all worn out. So if you can kind of see that it's been rubbed a lot or starting to get a bald spot on it, that's usually another great indicator. So if we look at these ones up close here, here's what it normally looks like, and up here you can tell it, it's all kind of rubbed out, it's bald. Even on this one, the outsole is starting to pull away. So that's another great way of saying, hey, it's time for a new shoe. Or if you could see kind of the foamy part through this, that would be another great way. And then number 5 is your body. So your body kind of helps you to know if it's time for new shoes. Your body will start to have maybe lower back pain, or you'll have the same achy feeling in both sides of the body. So both knees will start to get the same achy feeling, or both arches or both ankles kind of just start to hurt or ache a little bit. They're not in pain, they just ache a little bit, and you notice that it's different than when you had a fresh new pair of shoes. If you went through those 5 things, a quick recap of them. Number 1 is the upper. So the upper should still be in nice good shape. It shouldn't have holes in it. Number 2 is the heel counter. You want that to still have some firmness to it. It shouldn't be soft or squishy or exposed. The 3rd one was the midsole. So the cushioning part, you still want that to be in great shape. It shouldn't be too flexible or bendy like this guy here. Number 4 is the outsole. You want that to be not worn out and bald. You shouldn't be able to see through your shoe. And number 5 is your body. So just pay attention to the indicators of your own body. And if you've gone through those 5 steps and you're like, oh man, I need new shoes, give us a call at St. Pete Running Company and we can help you out. Our store telephone number is 727-800-5043, or you can always send us a message on Facebook or Instagram, and we will get back to your messages right away. You can send us videos or pictures of your shoes that way, and we can look at them and help analyze them and get you into a new pair.